I just wanted to say thank you. I've been following you for about 5 years, and about 3 years ago, I stood up here in front of you. I deal with bipolar disorder, and I was so depressed that day. I thought if I stood in front of you, if I got close enough, that your Shaktipat would knock it out of me. And you were kind of hard on me, which I needed. I recognized that, and so 3 years later, it's been a ride. I've read your book a couple of times, The End of Your World, and I've listened. I've probably got 30 of your satsangs on my phone that I listen to, and some of them I've listened to over and over and gotten heard a different thing each time. But most everything that you've said and all the ways that you've said it has always been, for me, you're not crazy. Mm-hmm. So when I've hit those moments of low, I've been able to pick up your book or listen to a satsang or just shut up and go get quiet, and just trust that deep inner knowing that I'm not crazy. That this unfolding, this awakening is the process itself.
It's your whole life.
Yes. And having accepted that, having accepted that I'm never going to be an awakened being, I feel empowered and beautiful and calm. I don't miss the zaniness. I love the neutrality. If I have an attachment to something, it's an attachment to detachment.
Oh yeah, you can have that attachment to detachment, sure.
Yeah.
So how does that look?
My attachment to detachment? Well, it looks like for me when I realized, like I said, I do have a tendency towards bipolar, and so when I feel myself going in either direction, I step into the witness consciousness, and I observe the emotion. The other day, I woke up really depressed, and recognized, that was there, and no, that's not true. I've recognized that the witness consciousness isn't all of it either.
No.
I lived for a long time in that witness consciousness state, which I thought was fabulous. Now the witness is back in my life, and I'm grateful for that presence, but I also recognize that it's not the totality.
Right. Yeah, so, it's like a step, actually.
Yeah, and I use it as a step. It's a tool.
Yeah, and it's a useful tool.
Very useful
especially
tool.
If you have some strong overpowering, what feels like overpowering emotion. That witness consciousness will let you experience, well, there is, in this case, it could be feeling really low or feeling really depressed, but it's not essentially me. It's an experience, it's here, it's no fun, but it's different, isn't it? Then there's depression here, then I am depressed.
Yeah, there was just an acceptance of the depression.
Yes.
I just accept it.
Yeah.
Today I would like to die. And then I took the steps that I needed to take to keep this body safe. And I did that from this amazingly beautiful centered place, which was not the witness. This was just acceptance.
Yes. Good.
That's all I can say.
That's all you need to say.
There's this beautiful acceptance of me.
Because me.
Yes. There's an acceptance of the me.
There you go.
Yeah. There's an acceptance of the me, and it feels fabulous, but it doesn't feel manic. It doesn't, that zaniness. I kind of really related to what you said about at some point you feel like the air going out of a tire.
Yeah.
And I'm really enjoying this part.
Yeah.
That feeling.
Yeah, attachment
of
to
the
one
air.
is the other, huh? You get them they always come as a combo. You know, attachment to high brings lows.
Yes. I've been attached to a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the word you use is really important because you're right. Acceptance is not, as you said, it's not the same as the witness. The witness is, as it were, separated, and that's where it gains its freedom from its separation. Right? I am here as a witness, and there's whatever's happening, whatever's being experienced, and that's a type of freedom. It's a relative freedom, but it's a type of freedom. But real deep acceptance it's not a freedom that's won at the expense of separating. It's actually it's an act of love. To accept is an act of love, right? It's an embrace. It's a yes, like you said. It's a yes to everything that you experience. It's a yes to the entirety of your experience, whether it's good or bad or right or wrong or whatever. It's an act of love, which is different from a witness, isn't it? Because then you don't have to, in love, we don't have to separate to find our freedom. We find our freedom right in the midst. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And the nice thing is your humanity isn't left out of it. In fact, it's very much part of what's embraced.
That was a big lesson that I learned last year, was embracing my humanity.
Yeah.
Because I've been pushing it away all my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as I learned to embrace my humanity, that's truly where God came in.
You're right. You're right.
And yeah, it's thank you.
Lovely. Thank you for sharing that.
So much.
I really appreciate that. Yeah. It's lovely.